BTS's Jungkook inadvertently spots a vape on camera. Having 3 unique lives, BTS's Jungkook recently went live again for fans on the Weverse platform. These lives were incredibly exciting, starting with Jungkook showing his supporters all the alcohol he had purchased that day, to him and RM making out all through the second broadcast. Jungkook was sitting and wearing his new clothes, a puffer jacket, and a beanie when the third live broadcast started. During this live video, some keen viewers couldn't help but spot something in the background that appears to be a vape. Before carelessly moving it aside, Jungkook appears to become aware that it is in the frame and has a brief moment of reflection. Don't go anywhere, my friends. Here is another piece of news for you. Fans caution each other against overanalyzing when BTS's Jungkook breaks down during Weverse Live. In his room, Jungkook was playing ambient music during the third live stream, and he humorously began to narrate a guided meditation with the intention of lulling his viewers to sleep. In the conclusion, though, he grew silent and sat there gazing at the screen, probably reading the ARMY's remarks. When other viewers saw Jungkook appeared to be crying, they began leaving comments comforting him. Jungkook quickly explained that he was not crying but rather reading the comments when he noticed that some were requesting that he stop crying. He continued by saying that his rhinitis causes him to experience runny nose when he consumes alcohol, which is why he appeared to be sobbing. "When I drink, my nose starts to run." After saying that, he turned off the live feed when he realized it was 11:30 p.m. only to return a minute later with a fourth. "To say goodbye, I came. Before, I was unable to say goodbye." Due to his rhinitis and the dim illumination in the room, ARMYs initially thought that Jungkook was sobbing when he wasn't. Y'all, please don't diagnose silly shit out of runny nose after a few drinks because it's typical in many people. Just take it as it is if Jungkook claims that drinking causes him to have a runny nose. And friends, did you know Jungkook of BTS talks about how he fell asleep unexpectedly during his final live broadcast and admits to one thing. BTS Jungkook just gave fans another live broadcast despite it having only been a short while since his previous one. Would Jungkook fall asleep again like last time was the only concern on everyone's mind during the Weverse live stream, though. Fortunately, that didn't take place this time. Fans have heard the Manny make this pledge over and over again. "I'm not going to sleep." He acknowledged that if he continued to hold himself in that position for another 5 minutes, he would surely nod off. He rested his head on one of his hands. "This live was on because I couldn't sleep. You see, if I do this for 5 minutes, I'll fall asleep." What BTS's Jungkook would tell his younger self if he could go back in time. BTS Manny Jungkook stunned fans once more on March 14 with a series of continuous live streams during which he spoke to them for hours. The stream's laid-back atmosphere and the fact that Jungkook felt at ease enough to strike up a discussion with viewers obviously had a home date vibe to it. During one of these discussions, Jungkook discussed the one thing he would like to tell his younger self. And that would be to thoroughly study Korean and English. He would chastise himself and advise his younger self to take English and Korean studies seriously if he could go back in time. English and Korean. Some of the spectators were urging Jungkook to speak in English during the various live streams. The BTS members actively try to communicate in English as much as they can and have frequently emphasized their desire to be able to do so. But, as Jungkook received a barrage of requests to talk in English, ARMYs were forced to reiterate that there is a boundary that fans must follow when it comes to these issues. Learning a new language should never stem from a problematic sense of entitlement among English-speaking fans, rather, it should always come from a point of personal desire for the members. I want to turn the tables on the cretins who demanded that Jungkook speak English. When will people stop requesting that Jungkook speak English? He doesn't have to speak another language just because you want him to. He is a Korean man. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe before Bina.